So, Echo.
Yes.
Speaking of the path against weakness.
Sure.
You know of any ways that maybe you could help us down that path?
Yeah. First, I will talk about our company, Origin. Okay. What Origin does is a lot of stuff. Actually, impressive stuff. First thing they do, maybe not the first thing, but one of the many things they do is, I guess technically it's Origin Labs, right?
Yeah.
So, Jocko has some supplements, Jocko Super Krill Oil, and Joint Warfare from Origin Labs. These supplements are for your joints. And of course, they're the best ones for your joints. Unless you made one that is not the best for your joints.
No, we make the ones that are the best for
the
your
best
joints.
one, right? Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, someone tweeted at me. I think you tweet at someone,
okay.
Right? That's the thing. Anyway, they were like, hey, I ran out of Joint Warfare.
Big mistake.
Yeah, and it was kind of like just kind of expressing himself. Hey, man, I dig it because I've done that too. That's why you get on the subscription deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. Lots of, that's the Joint Warfare and the krill oil. Like, try it.
Yeah.
If you have any joint issues at all, try it. Seriously, try it. It will help you.
Yeah.
It will absolutely help you, which is awesome.
Yeah. And part of that, which I did mention, I think maybe last time, there's anti-inflammatory stuff in there too. Like natural stuff, not like ibuprofen or something like that, but like anti-inflammatory stuff. So that helps a lot. And, I'm rarely like super impressed with, not like my standards are so high. I'm just saying, like, I understand supplements are like, they're supplements, cool, I dig it kind of thing. But this is one that I was like, this is an important one.
Yeah.
100%. Don't run out. Just don't run out. Also, discipline. Discipline is what we are calling officially a pre-mission supplement. So whatever your mission is, physical, mental, emotional. Sure. Bruh, there's a thing called emotional intelligence.
Yeah, I don't have emotions, so I can't be
you see,
talking about that one. I don't know the effects on
Good
that.
point. Put it this way. I have never lost my temper. I have never broke down and cried. Well, that's debatable. While I'm on the discipline. There you go. So the proof is in the pudding. So it is an emotional enhancing situation as well. But whatever your mission is, there's some nootropic stuff in there for cognitive enhancement and a little bit of caffeine if you're into caffeine. A little bit. Microdose, as we call it. So that's a good one too. Don't run out. Also, milk. Milk is milk. I had some the other day, 2 scoops. What is one serving? One scoop, right?
Yeah, one serving is 1 scoop.
Milk, protein powder. Okay, we'll say protein, but we're just going with milk.
Technically, it is, right? But then you realize that technically what it really is milk.
Milk, yeah. You know what it is. I'll tell you.
What'd you mix it with?
Milk, of course,
yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. What am I do? Mix it with water like a psycho?
Have you tried it with water though?
No.
It's actually not. It's actually, like I said the other day, it's not bad with water.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's like satisfying. It's a ham sandwich, but it's not. It's not mint chocolate chip milkshake style.
Yeah, like on Crocodile Dundee, right? When he was like, yeah, you could live off it or what,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He said, like, sure, it's fine with
water. He was talking
about
milk?
No, he was talking about, I don't forget what he was talking about. I recommend
the
milk.
And you know what else? If let's say you're lactose intolerant.
Almond milk, no problem.
Almond milk, also awesome.
Although they do make lactose-free milk now, which is very similar tasting to regular milk, like surprisingly similar.
Interesting.
Because I accidentally bought some before, and I was drinking. I was like, cool, but I was like, does this taste different? Like, it's like a question. Yeah. It's not guaranteed. It could have been me. Maybe I brushed my teeth too soon before I drank the milk. Something like this.
Oh, foul.
No, but you see what I'm saying, though, right? You can do certain things that affects your little taste buds or whatever. It was like that. It was like, it was a question mark. It wasn't like, dang, I bought the wrong milk. Like, if you think you're drinking, I don't know, regular milk, but then it's like soy milk.
Ugh.
Or canned milk or powdered milk or something like this.
Well, that couldn't be happening because it wouldn't be in my house.
I'm saying the rest of us, you know the difference. That's the point. You know the difference. Lactose-free milk and regular milk, like the difference isn't that obvious,
Cool.
in my opinion.
So you can give that one a try.
Yeah, if you're lactose intolerant. But milk, nonetheless, technically is protein powder. This is why you don't like to say protein powder.
Yeah, and right now we only have mint, but we have peanut butter coming.
Yeah.
And the peanut butter
is going to be the one.
Yeah. Yeah, check.
This is what I'm...
Chocolate peanut butter, by the way, yeah.
Okay, and the mint isn't mint. It's milk.
Mint chocolate, yeah.
Mint chocolate, yeah. So protein powder makes it sound like what I'm saying before. The protein powder makes it sound like, oh, it's just one of these many protein powders that are out there kind of thing. No. That's the feeling you get. That's not the feeling you get when you drink it. Yeah, it's way different. Way different.
If it would have not been milk, we would have called it protein powder.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Protein
it was milk.
Powder. With the
umlaut.
Yeah. I thought that was like some Viking thing. The way you're saying it.
It's a heavy metal thing.
Okay. Yeah. Hardcore. Heavy metal.
It's a heavy metal thing.
Like when you go
I talked about this.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Blue Oyster Cult. There's
That's
one. The first album that had it was Blue Oyster Cult, and then probably the most famous that has it is Motorhead.
And that's because the two fingers, like Rock On.
Before I released this, I researched it. This is how I know this.
All right.
And Lemmy from Motorhead's quote as to why he used the umlaut was because he said it looks mean. That's his quote. That's all he said.
That's it.
Yeah, no big philosophical representation of they represent eyes that
no
are
layers.
Seeing it. No. There's a layer.
There's layers
looks
now.
Mean.
Yeah.
Lemmy said it looks mean. What?
Yeah.
What do you say to Lemmy? Disagree with him?
Yeah.
No,
it doesn't look mean.
Sounds cool to me, Lemmy.
Yeah. And then now it's on the milk. Those are layers. That's layers. So you provided another layer.
It has been turned into layers.
And also, you know how you say rock? Like I said, well, this is what I thought. You know, when you say rock on and you have the two fingers, right?
Yeah,
point, index
horns,
finger, and and the pinky, boom, rock on. If you were to, I don't know.
By the way, people don't say rock on anymore.
Well, I don't know, bro. I'm not in the scene. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you do that motion, and let's say you had some, I don't know, some chalk or something on your hand from doing deadlifts or something like this, and then you touch the wall, boom, you got your umlaut right there. That's what I thought it for real was.
That's interesting.
My name is Echo.
You're way too creative, for your mind is wandering a little too much.
I think other people might have thought that too. Think about this. Okay, my name is Echo, obviously. It's my real name, by the way. I have a twin brother named Jade. He's older by 15 minutes. So I'm the second twin, right?
Yeah.
Follow? So my first grade teacher she said, oh, yeah, your name's Echo. That makes sense now because your brother's Echo.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, my parents are smart.
Yeah.
No,
creative. I thought that too. And then you told me the truth.
Yeah. So I go home and I asked, and my mom was like, wow, no, not at all. I just thought it was cool. Same thing as Lemmy.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
She just thought it was mean.
No, not mean. Just cool and how should I say, like euphoric. My mom's a hippie. Anyway, back to the milk. It's dope. Peanut butter, chocolate, not out yet, but will be out soon. Look forward to that one big time. Also, strangely, is peanut butter chocolate your second favorite flavor?
I don't know.
It's Pete's, by the way.
It's right up there. Yeah.
And it's mine, by the way.
Pete sent me a text when he first got the peanut butter one, and I could tell that he was real fired up.
Yeah, no kidding.
He had a real he's like just mix this up. It's like a little thing. He's like, just mix this up. And he, you see the thing leave the screen, then he slams it back down. Bro!
See, that's a good sign right
there.
Yeah. The guy making it,
It's kind of a pain because then he has to take it, and because they only give you one sample, so then he FedExes. He's like, FedEx. I'm like, send me the rest. He's like, it's en route.
You got to break it up like in little bags.
It's so good.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, be on the lookout for that. If you care, if you want some milk, be on the lookout for that. Also, Geese and rash guards. That's what Origin has. Again, originmain.com. This stuff is all made in America, by the way. Side note. Or
that's
is that even a side note? Yeah, that's the note. Straight up. Note this. All this made in America. So Geese and rash guards. Geese. Okay, why is that relevant? Because we talked about jiu-jitsu today. Not everyone. People still ask me weekly, maybe even bi-weekly, what gi should I get? Point me in a direction of a good gi. Here. I'll do it. I'll do it right now. Origin Geese. Whichever one you want. Whichever two you want. Whichever three you want. They're good geese.
People that missed the original deaf gi, the Discipline Equals Freedom gi.
Yeah.
That says get after it on the tail. Sure. What it's called? The skirt. I've heard it called the skirt, the tail. Anyways, the back of the gi top on the bottom. It says get after it. But they originally made those, or we originally made those as a, like, kind of like a
tribute,
signature. No, just what's that word? Like special only.
Yeah. Special edition.
Yeah, special edition. Anyways, but everyone liked them, and so now they're part of the line.
Dang, part of the lineup. Line. They're good. Yeah, I noticed the white one is available now.
And so is the black.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both up.
Boom, whatever color you want. Also, another question people ask about the gis. They're like, hey, what color should I get? Like, is it crazy to get a green gi or something like this, right? Do people ask you that still?
Yeah, sometimes.
So it's
people seem to come to you more for gi. It's probably more of a fashion like thing. That's why they go to you.
Maybe. And the origin gis look dope too, by the way. And that's not just because you mentioned fashion. They do. That's like one of the.
Well, Pete's got a little fashion streak in him.
Yes, he does. Yeah. You don't like that. Actually, no. That's good that he does because you don't. So
yeah,
it's like a perfect compliment.
I have no fashion streak.
Situation.
My fashion streak is t-shirts.
Yeah.
Give me a t-shirt.
In other words, no fashion streak. Nonetheless, the colors of the gis are going to depend on your instructor or your academy.
True.
So these, like if your academy allows whatever color gi you want, like Victory does, then you whatever color you want. Then you kind of go into this game within the game, which actually doesn't really exist, really. And that's like, if you're a new guy and you show up with a pink gi or a crazy, like, those weird gis and a gold belt or something. You know how Jeff Glover used to wear that gold belt?
Yeah.
Or was it Frenchie who did that? They both did. Anyway, yeah. Bill Cooper even. If you do that, then it's like, hey, but that's more of like social fabric kind of thing. But if it comes down to the school. So some rigid schools only white.
Yep.
Some rigid schools. And then the more traditional is like white or blue. That's it. Mm-hmm. Don't do a green. Don't do a black. Which are cool in my opinion. And then you get the schools who are like, whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe there's in between. I never heard of any, but maybe there's an in between. So point there, ask your instructor what color, then boom, get that color. OriginMain.com. That's the deal. Also, rash guards on there. Good rash guards, by the way. All made in America. The sweats, I always say, are the most comfortable sweats I've ever had and used. Still on that. Still is. Held up. I did a little competition. Kind of impromptu. Yeah, the joggers. This past week, and still, holds up. And I have some comfortable sweats. I know about comfort. I do. I'm not a stranger to comfort. Anyway, go there. OriginMain.com. Good spot. Also, if you want to vary up your workout and get new workout equipment, go to onit.com/Jocko. Get yourself some kettlebells. The artistic kettlebells, I call them artistic kettlebells, but I don't think there's the word artistic on the whole website, by the way. So it's like primal bells. That's like the, the monkey groups, gorillas, orangutan, those things. They're artistic kettlebells. Then there's like zombie bells and werewolves and whatnot. Anyway, I say get those. They're the dopest. But there's some other good stuff, maces and battle ropes and whatnot. If you want to vary up the workout. Good. A lot of good info too on there. So, if you ask me about what to do with kettlebells when you're first starting out, like how much you should use or how much weight you should use and what movements, I'm not the resource. I'm not that versed in it. I know 2 movements, 3, maybe 4 altogether, but there's a bunch. Go on onit.com/Jocko. That's the spot. Good spot. Get something. Also, when you are purchasing any of the books that Jocko reviews, or even Extreme Ownership, or Way of the Warrior Kid, or whatever book, I organized them all on JockoPodcast.com. Books from the episodes. Actually, Jocko's books are on the front page, but for the books I review on the podcast, books from episodes, boom, they're all right there. Click through there when you buy those books. It's a good way to support. And, carry on. Do your shopping. It'll take you to Amazon, by the way. But, yeah, get your books through there. It's a good way to support. Also, subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play. Now there's a lot of podcast apps out there. Whatever app you're using for your podcast, subscribe. Good way to support. Leave a review if you're in the mood. That's what I say. Jocko says, if you're not in the mood, do it anyway. Because you're not always going to be in the mood. That whole thing. Yeah,
true.
But whatever. To me, that's up to you. Leave a review. That's cool.
They're funny to read. Thank you for them.
Yes, they are funny to read.
A lot of layers in a lot of those. So that's.
Yep.
I like seeing creative layers in the reviews.
Yeah. I feel like the people have gotten a very strong hold and understanding of the concept of layers.
I think so. Yeah.
And they've been demonstrated.
Same with Amazon reviews for stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Layers there too.
Yes. Salute to that one. Big time. Also on YouTube, subscribe if you haven't already. The video version of this podcast along with excerpts. Little, I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 8 minutes excerpts. And some enhanced excerpts on there as well. Put some music on there. Make them funner, we'll say, to watch on YouTube. Maybe some outtakes every once in a great while. Anyway, if you're interested in the video situation, subscribe to YouTube. It's a good way to support. Also, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. This is where you can get all your Jocko gear, like Discipline Equals Freedom shirts and hoodies, rash guards, some women's stuff on there. Tank tops. How do we feel about tank tops?
I feel great.
Just in general. Good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to make some?
I think so.
Cool, do it.
Yeah.
Have them for summertime.
Yeah.
Let's go. Rock and roll.
I feel like I haven't worn a tank top for probably since college time.
Oh, well.
But I mean, yeah, that's not a fact. I mean, but I'm just saying, as far as what I day to day think about.
When it gets hot, it's so nice to have a tank top on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. I agree. So yeah, so tank tops. Yeah. I always find it not strange, but I always don't want to say be on the lookout for that. Like it's this big thing. You got to be on the lookout. But if you're down for the tank tops, hey, be on the lookout for it, I guess, right?
Check.
Nonetheless, jockostore.com. You can get some patches. I got some Warrior Kid patches.
Nice.
So those should be on there right now, actually, for the Warrior Kids and the gis and the backpack, wherever you want to put that one. Represent Warrior Kids. Also, other patches on there too. Discipline Equals Freedom and whatnot. Also, Psychological Warfare. If you don't know what that is, it's an album with tracks, Jocko tracks, that help you through every moment of weakness that you might come across. Because apparently not all of us go through moments of weakness. It's rare, but some people, they just power through. For those types of people, Psychological Warfare, not for them, I think. I think they just power through and continue powering through, maybe even teach us how to just power through. But for the rest of us, we hit moments of weakness, we listen to Psychological Warfare given what the weakness is. So if my weakness is hitting the snooze and not getting up early, there's a track for that. It's Jocko on that track talking to you, telling you why you should get up. Not yelling. He's playing the game, quote unquote. Actually, it's not technically playing the game on a track. He's just flanking.
Just
I don't
explaining.
know. Yeah, just explaining pragmatically, why the value.
You could say that it is a little bit of a flank going on because it's getting everyone that listens to it, it hits the spot, right?
Yes.
It nails the target of why. Because I know where the weakness comes from. It happens to me.
Yeah.
And so I just talk about how you just overcome that thing.
Yeah, because technically the very reason or by the very nature of you wanting to stay in bed, that's by its very nature a reinforced position because you're rationalizing in your head. You're defending your actions or your potential actions. You're defending that already in your own head. So here comes Jocko on the Jocko track. You don't attack those things. You just come around and say, hey, I dig it. The bed is, I dig it. All this stuff. You flank. It's good.
Yeah.
And there's a track for all these little weaknesses. Good. 100% effectiveness, by the way. Get it on iTunes or wherever you can buy MP3s. It's on Amazon Music and whatnot as well.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Amazon, if you want to get something called Jocko White Tea, you can get that on Amazon. You should only get it if you want to have an 8,000-pound deadlift because that's what it results in. Otherwise, drink some other tea.
Yep.
Now, this is cool. We have Jocko White Tea in a can coming out in June on Amazon. Get some. Obviously, the goal is to eventually get them out at retail so you can have that option everywhere you go instead of drinking the junk energy drinks that are bad for you. So, yeah, I'll let you all know when it hits Amazon. It's been made, by the way, if you're wondering. A ton of it, a bunch of it, way more than a ton, actually. A lot of it has been made.
Yeah.
Because I think, I know I want it. So, worst case scenario, I have a lifetime supply of Jocko White Tea in a can.
Yep.
And, I don't know what else. Well, there's a little debate, what should we call it?
Mm-hmm. Wait, what do you call what?
The Jocko White Tea. Because I was kind of thinking, well, there's another name we could give it. We could call it 8,000-pound deadlift in a can.
Sure, yeah.
But no, we're still calling it Jocko White Tea. Hey, books. Way of the Warrior Kid. Tons. The series, right? There's 2 books out right now. And so much awesome feedback on that. It's awesome. Thanks for posting pictures of your kids studying, reading, doing book reports, training jiu-jitsu, working out. It's awesome to see. Thank you. And if you have kids or kids, get them on that same path. If you want to support a warrior kid, go to irishoaksranch.com and get some soap made by the warrior kid, Aiden. Because you need soap if you are going to stay clean. Mm-hmm. Don't forget about the Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. Same thing. Awesome feedback. You ever heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away?
Yes.
Not really.
Sure.
Read one section of the field manual a day. I know it doesn't rhyme, but it actually works.
It doesn't rhyme.
It'll keep you on track physically and mentally. And if you want to, speaking of tracks, if you want to listen to it, there's no audible version of it because we wanted to have an album with tracks. You can get it on Amazon Music, Google Play, iTunes, other MP3 platforms. The Discipline Equals Field. The Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. Meditate on that. All right. Also, for leadership, extreme ownership, combat leadership, how is this book still a bestseller after 2.5 years? That's the question.
Dang.
And Leif was telling a guy the other day on Twitter, he's like, it's the same thing as when we first started working together and I talked to him about something and how to do something, and he'd be like, yeah, it works. And that's why the book is still selling, because it works. And right now, speaking of it works, you can order the follow-on book to Extreme Ownership. It's called The Dichotomy of Leadership. The manuscript is done. It is now going through the Pentagon review process. And I'm telling you, Leif and I are both super stoked on the information that's in it, the stories that are in it, the word that's in it. You can pre-order it now from anywhere, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstore. And if you do that, it lets our publisher know how many to print. Because otherwise they don't know. And you know what they're trying to do? Saving money. So they're not going to print enough, and then you'll be all bummed because you didn't get a copy when it comes out September 25th. And if you need close air support for the leadership at your team, contact Echelon Front. It's my leadership and consulting company, me, Leif Babin, JP Donnell, Dave Burke. The website is echelonfront.com. We solve problems through leadership. There you go. That's what we do. I've been working with a lot of different companies for a while, but I just went through a bunch of meetings. And it's like, yeah, you look at all these problems that they have, they're all leadership problems. And that's how we solve problems, through leadership. Of course, if you want to come to the muster, then it's our leadership seminar. The one in D.C. sold out. Sorry. I'm telling you, they sell out. They've all sold out so far. So if you want the opportunity to come to a muster, there's only one more in 2018. It is the Muster 006 in San Francisco, California, October 17th and 18th. Register at extremeownership.com before it sells out, and we have to say no. That does not feel good. But there's fire codes, and we have firefighters there. So we can't just pack people in. Also, for current military, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, and other first responders, we're holding the Roll Call #1, September 21st in Dallas, Texas. It's a one-day leadership training seminar specific to dynamic and hostile environments that military, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, first responders have to work in. You can also register for that at extremeownership.com. And until the muster or roll call or the immersion camp up in Maine, we'll see you at one of those. But until then, if you want to ask us questions or you want to give us answers, you can find us on the interwebs. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willing.